I think it's really important to consider the question, should I specialise? I think this is a fundamental question. It's so important and often overlooked. So I think every single person considering their career going forwards should ask themselves that question. And for me, the easiest way to break it down is into three considerations. The first thing is clinical, the second is financial, and the third is personal. So if we talk about clinical first, you need to ask yourself, are you that sort of person who wants to home in on one particular thing day in, day out, concentrating on one particular specialty? Is there something you really enjoy, you're enthusiastic about? Do you have an aptitude for a specific specialty? So think about that. If you like the variety in your day, then perhaps specialising may not be the correct choice actually for you. On average, the last time I looked, specialty training courses, they range from 11 grand to 54 grand a year. So specialty training courses run over 3 to 4 years full-time. If you're doing it full-time, it'd be 3 years. If you're doing it part-time, it'd be 4 years. So then you have to times that number by 3 and 4. So you could be spending up to 162 grand on this course, which is a huge sum of money, which definitely needs to be considered. Definitely when you specialise, your work-life balance does shift naturally. Your previous free time will be taken up by self-directed learning, projects, deadlines. There'll be the increased stress as well. So you need to take that into account and make sure that you can sort of account for that as well. If you're still sort of confused whether, once you've considered all those, if you're confused whether you should then go into specialty training, the thing I would say is look out for signs of a budding specialist. So do you invest in particular equipment? Do you read specific journals? Are you really enthusiastic about a particular subject and admire other specialists in that field? If you have all those signs, then that might be that extra push to sort of say, actually, yes, I do want to specialise. Specialising isn't the only option when you graduate, and it's very, very important to remember that. If you're confused in terms of career planning going forward, there's sort of three questions that I ask myself, and you can ask yourself too. Firstly, what's your interest? What drives you in dentistry? Is there one particular thing, or is it a variety of things which drive you? Think about what you enjoy and what you're good at. Secondly, what level do you want to take your postgraduate education? What level of training do you want to carry out? So, you know, it's not just specialty training. You can do day courses, you can do diplomas, certificates, MScs. There's so much out there. It just depends, and one isn't better than the other. It depends on what you want and what fits in with your career plan. So think about the level that you want to go. And thirdly, sort of where do you want to work? So which field, and do you want to work in hospital? Do you want to work in general practice, maybe a bit of both, or community? So that will be the third consideration.